If you're like us, you've spent the last few years reading articles about Starlink for RV, thinking, dang, that would change the working on the road lifestyle. And after years of waiting, it's finally here. Starlink for RVs is finally a reality, but here's why that's important. For years we've been working remotely from home, but for the better part of our marriage, we've lived in a van traveling all over North America. While we've discovered a lot of incredibly beautiful places from the continent, from the Arctic Ocean to the Florida Keys and everywhere else in between, we've always faced the same problem: internet. Here's the thing, we're still working full-time on the road. While we wish we could say YouTube was our full-time gig, we're still working our full-time jobs as creative entrepreneurs, which requires a lot of internet. And one of the most annoying things we've dealt with on the road is driving miles down a washboard dirt road only to get to a campsite and find that there's no cell signal for work. And then we usually have to hightail it back to town, find internet to answer clients' emails before we can head back off the grid. But hopefully these back and forth days searching for cell phone signals are coming to an end. Meet our new favorite gear, Starlink for RVs.
All right, we just got the shipping notification. It's time to pick it up. I think a bug just flew in my hair. Let's do that one more time. All right, so we just got the shipping notification. It's time to pick it up. Let's go.
I just passed Sarah because I had to get this shot, but it's here. It's finally here. All right, let's go test this bad boy.
It's here. You want to open it up?
Yes.
Our Starlink for RVs is here. This is something we have been dreaming about for years now, like many other digital nomads. When we hit the road in our first van back in 2018, there were rumors that one day Elon Musk was going to have enough satellites up in the air that there was going to be an option for satellite internet for RVs at a reasonable price. And 4 years later, it is here. And I am hoping that this is going to change the game for working on the road in amazing places like this as much as what we've been dreaming about. The reviews we've heard from others so far say it is, but we're going to see for ourselves.
And we do need to say this video is not sponsored by Starlink. Now, if you know somebody at Starlink or SpaceX that wants to give us money, please give them our contact info. This is just two digital nomads just trying to get internet in a beautiful spot. That's all this video is.
Can we take a moment and ask, does this look like the Reebok logo to anyone else? I don't think I'd ever seen SpaceX logo until today, and I saw Chris carry it out at FedEx and I was like, that looks like Reebok. It's not Reebok. It's much more expensive. Okay. Huh. I think we need to take a moment here and acknowledge that I am not really a tech person. I will use a phone until it's dead. I don't give a flip about Teslas or anything else. I mean, sure, they're cool and all that, but I'm not usually excited about tech like the normal tech person. But this and the way that it's going to be able to hopefully allow us to work from anywhere, like truly work from anywhere off the grid, is game changing. We can plug it in, have internet, unplug it, and we're back off the grid. And that's our dream. This is it. Oh, that comes apart. Okay. So I'm assuming this is the base of it. It's beautiful. They took a note out of Apple's book and gave you very minimal instructions. I hope that means that's as easy to use as what we're thinking it may be. But I love that they give you a website. It says support.starlink.com if you need to look up more directions. But we decided to test it off the grid, so I hope we don't need that. We did think ahead and downloaded the app on our phone or on Chris's phone prior to coming off the grid. So we're gonna plug this up. It is not 12 volt. It does have to plug into a normal socket. What is this? Oh, this must be the router. Yeah, that's the router. Okay, cool. But it does come out with this really long extension cord for the router. And it plugs in. We have a 110 volt outlet right here. We also have one in the garage of our van. So we're gonna see how efficient it is to run it We have heard of people who are modifying it to make it 12 volts so it uses less power, but we haven't gone that far yet. Today we're just going to test the Wi-Fi speed and how much power it's actually pulling. All right, you want to set this up outside?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Okay. Ooh. The extension cord is just, I guess, permanently on here. Just something a little bit annoying. But on the back of it, there's a little tab, and then there's a matching corresponding tab on the inside of the mount. My guess is that it just pops right in. Right. Maybe I should read the directions. I made that way more complicated than it was supposed to be. I am not an engineer. So now we have the router, and this little plug goes into the bottom of the router. It's actually very simplistic. It really is like getting an Apple product. This long extension cord plugs into the router. I know we'll appreciate having a long extension cord when we're out there. But where we are right now, there is no tree coverage, so we don't have to look for an open spot to get signal to the sky. So we don't really need this long extension cord, but one day we'll be thankful. This is the end of the long extension cord, and it plugs into the other input on the bottom of the router. So you have the power, and then this is the one that goes straight to the satellite. I will say this feels really good. It feels solid. Like the cords going into the bottom of it, they aren't loose. Like it feels firm and well made. I mean, I guess that's what you expect when you pay hundreds of dollars to get internet, right? So now, next step, we're gonna plug the router into the outlet right here.
All right, so it took about 2 minutes, and now it's found the satellites in the sky, the eyes in the sky. And now I'm gonna show you what's on my phone. I downloaded the Starlink app, and then I downloaded, it's called Speed Check. And we're gonna see how this internet thing works. I'm gonna open up the Starlink app and start setup. Plug it in, connect to the Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi settings. So again, we're in the middle of nowhere. And now we see this Starlink. There it is, Sarah. So we'll click that. Oh, cool. So now we can enter in the Wi-Fi network name. All right, so we're gonna name it
Kramer's house.
Kramer's house. And then the password would be
Ball is life.
Ball is life. So anytime that we're at a campground or you see us and you want to connect to the Wi-Fi, you now have our username and password for our van. We're gonna create Kramer's house, Ball is life, and then reconnect to your network. So now, man, this is super easy. All right, and then there's Kramer's house. We're gonna type in the password. So we're connected, we have Wi-Fi, so let's actually see if this thing works. Let's do the speed check. Click here to begin test. So it says the Starlink is offline. So we had to unplug it because I think it got jammed up, but now it's searching again for the satellites in the sky.
Well, while we wait, take a look at this beautiful view where we are. We got mountains. I can hear thunder in the distance. Not another soul in sight.
And no cell phone signal.
And no cell phone signal. Which used to, that would be so frustrating to get somewhere and be like, oh man, we can't stay here, we have to work. But now we can go to places like this more than just 1 or 2 days a week.
If this works.
If this works, I'm kind of skeptical right now, to be honest. Like,
if it doesn't work, we're sending it back because I want my money back.
yeah, we pay good money for that. I don't want to have to deal with something that doesn't work.
So for those of you who don't know, Starlink costs...
Hold on, my arm's breaking. You're
Oh, here.
stronger than me.
All right, so we're gonna tell you the price right now. Starlink, the initial price was $700 for the router and the satellite. Then on top of that, because this is the RV edition, it's $135 per month for Wi-Fi. Now here's the caveat. We can pause the service. So you pay the $700 up front, and then if we use it for a month, love it, that's great. And then we can pause the service, and whenever we're back on the road, we can turn it on, and when we're off the road, we can turn it off. So that's why the Wi-Fi service is a bit more expensive than the normal Starlink service.
Worth it. Because we will go months using it straight, and then we'll probably take months off from using it. That's the plan. So
Yeah.
it'd be nice to like save ourselves that money on those months where it's just sitting around being wasted. We can justify this more.
Well, that, and then if we're not having to go into coffee shops or breweries and spending $5 to $7 for each visit because we're trying to use their Wi-Fi, you know, that adds up too pretty quickly. So
I love coffee shops, but I'm gonna be okay if I don't have to go to a coffee shop as often as what we've been going to.
Yeah.
I mean, or libraries, coffee shops, Whole Foods. Where else do we get Wi-Fi? Sometimes we park behind McDonald's and try to stream off them.
actually, Walmart has surprisingly fast Wi-Fi.
Surprisingly fast.
I've stood in the automotive section and uploaded one of our YouTube videos from there.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Hopefully this is not gonna be our life anymore. Hopefully we can hit publish from the middle of nowhere. Is that not blow your mind a little bit though?
I know.
It doesn't feel real.
It doesn't.
It's so weird.
All right, so we're still waiting. Okay. All right, so we think maybe we had it too close to the van, so we put it out a little further. We're gonna try it again.
All right, let's see if mine's on. Okay, I'm connected to Kramer's house. The Wi-Fi says it's on. It's working. And it's so much faster than my cell phone signal.
So now we're finally gonna open up speed check. I love my dog. Okay, we're finally opening up speed check. Let's do this, start the test. And there it goes.
Good speeds?
Good speeds. I mean, it right now, it's testing the download speed. And currently, in the middle of nowhere, Colorado, we have a download speed of 90 megabytes and an upload speed of 12 megabytes. The upload kind of seems slow, but again, we're in the middle of Colorado and it's pulling from the satellites. So it's impressive that we even have this option.
90 down, can we stream off that?
Let's see if we can stream. Can we stream?
Auction off dates with Bachelors for Charity.
We can stream!
I could raise enough money to cure
That's really all we needed.
I believe they've had a cure for polio for quite some time.
Okay, this works.
Wow, this is incredible. This is going to change the way that we work. We're going to be able to do like Zoom meetings now from anywhere. Like instead of normally I use my phone camera when I'm having a Zoom meeting, now I can use the computer, which is super impressive.
So for years, our schedules and our travel has been dictated by the internet. I mean, even so much as when we went to Alaska back in 2019, we were only up there for like 5 or 6 weeks because internet was so bad. Even if we went to a coffee shop or something, you know, things are just so much slower up there, or they used to be, I guess, a few years ago. But this would change the game. Sorry, my arm's so weak. But this would change the game for going to Alaska. I mean, I'm thinking like we could do all sorts of trips if we have internet, because as much as we hate to admit it, we have to have internet for work, and we have clients who need check-ins at least every couple days sometimes. So to be able to have something that's going to allow us to work from wherever, because for years we've said we're digital nomads, we can work from anywhere, and that's true until it comes to internet, and then we're always running back to town and wasting diesel and time, and I can't even tell you how many times we go to a cool spot and then we get up there and there's no cell signal.
None whatsoever. This changes the game.
Very excited.
So this is our very first time ever using it. We'll probably have a report maybe in 30 days or so to see if we still like Starlink and if it's still holding up to what we're hoping it would hold up to. But right now, I'm impressed.
I'm impressed. So I'm excited to go out there and test it out in Colorado and Utah and Montana and everywhere else this summer. So where to now? The world is our oyster.
Today is June 4th, it's Saturday. We're premiering this video tomorrow, which is June 5th, a Sunday. And we are currently in this canyon in BLM land in the middle of nowhere, Colorado. Neither Sarah or myself have cell service. She has Google Fi and I have Verizon, and we have 0 bars, and we are using Starlink. So if you're able to watch this video, that means we were able to upload it from this canyon just using Starlink, which is incredible that we're able to park on public land with no cell service and continue to get work done. This is changing the way that we are working, and we're really happy and thrilled just for the first couple of days of using Starlink. So maybe you're traveling a lot and you've been having difficulty with internet just like us. This really could be the option for you. And one of the other things I need to address is that when we are initially setting up Starlink, it did take a couple of tries for it to work. But as soon as it found the satellites the first time, any other time we've booted it up, it works pretty instantaneously. It's pretty streamlined. So that first boot up may be a little hectic for you, but for us, after that one, it's been working. All right, maybe we should do a live stream from the middle of nowhere. If you'd like to see that, let us know in the comments. See you guys.
For behind the scenes and extra content, you can head on over to our Patreon community. Otherwise, be sure to follow on Instagram or like and subscribe here. It really helps creators like us.